of the No Rules podcast. I'm Aaron Hilton, as always, joined by my main man, Malik Smith. Malik, what's happening?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah.
That's that
It's been
yak
a
talking,
while.
man. That's that. Yeah, we shouldn't have
I
left
ain't
you
even
without
hit
a
it
dope
yet.
pod. You ain't even hit it yet. Damn, I wish you was that. I
Hey,
wish you wouldn't have moved the bar cart because I definitely would have had some of that yak. I'm gonna take one in spirit after.
salute.
Saludo.
Salute, my brother.
Saludo.
It's good to see you. It's been too long. It's been too
Oh
long.
man, far too long, man. We didn't have the holidays pass. How was your Thanksgiving, man? You had a good holiday weekend.
It was good. It was busy as anytime I spend with family, I am literally going nonstop, doing this and that and that and this. But well worth it. My grandmother, she turned 80 this year, so we celebrated her 80th
Oh, shout out to
trip
her.
around the sun, which was a beautiful thing. I was really excited to do that. I got to see some of my cousins. I haven't seen them in a minute. So it was good, man. Mine was good. How about you?
Oh, it was great until I burned the macaroni and cheese. It was a very
Mm.
sobering moment for me. That was like God
Oof.
coming back to humble, because like for 5 years running, I kind of took the mantle of mac and cheese meister from my dad, who was always the mac and cheese
Mm.
guy for the fam. I made it like the first Thanksgiving I had when I moved down here back in 2018. And we were
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, this is good. Some of my family members don't eat pork, so they couldn't really partake. But um,
Oh, you put pork in it.
yeah, yeah. So I cook up bacon and stuff, and then instead of like coating my cooked noodles in regular grease or oil, I coat it in the leftover residual bacon grease, and I crumble up some of the bacon bits. And so it's not like a bunch of bacon, but it is technically bacon mac. It gives it a little more depth of flavor. But
Yeah. Yeah.
um, people that cook for Thanksgiving know, you cook the desserts Wednesday, the night before, so they can cool down and all that. And desserts are just you get them out of the way, and then you cook the meal in the morning. The only thing you're cooking, maybe for a long time, is the turkey. If you're cooking that overnight or whatever it is, however you're doing that. I was just lazy. I think I got into like a zone. I like came home from work. I was, connecting my phone to the Alexa, and I just started cooking shit. So I started cooking the mac and cheese, and it would have been delicious if we were eating Wednesday. Um, and then I was like, fuck, I've cooked the mac and cheese and cornbread dressing. And now and it was early too. So it was like 8 o'clock when I was done, 9 o'clock when I was done. So I'm like, great. I have to make it almost 24, about 20 hours with this and feed it to people like it's fresh. So, you have to heat it back up. And then I ran out of tin foil. It was just the whole
Mm.
thing. It's not ideal,
Damn.
man. Yeah, it hurts. But
Damn.
the more
Hey,
I say it, the less
you'll
it
be back.
hurts. Yeah, I'll be
You'll be
back,
back
man.
next year, and it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure
Yeah,
they
I
won't
mean,
kick you off.
no, 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 no,
You,
no,
you,
no.
you
I
still
can't
on
be
the
kicked
sticks.
off
Yeah, you
because
still on the
I mean
sticks.
they understand what it is, and they know what happens. And the most important part is I leaned into it. You know what I mean? It was like, all right. And
Yeah.
plus, I wasn't the only mac and cheese that was there. My dad still brought his. You know what I mean? So I'm
Okay.
sure he felt good
Okay.
about it this time. He got a nice little pat on the
And
back for that.
listen. Just real players. Sometimes we mess up.
Players
Sometimes,
fuck up, man.
yo, sometimes you go.
Sometimes you burn
Sometimes
it.
you go 2 for 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sometimes you just don't have your bad shooting night. You know what I mean? But you don't stop
hey,
shooting
this is
though.
what it is. No, you don't. Because the next shot is always the best shot. You know what I mean? So like
There
that's
you
that's
go.
what we that's what we worried about. But nah, it was definitely a humbling moment for me. I'm not too proud of it, but I'm gonna get my lick back sometime before next Thanksgiving. I'm gonna just I thought about doing it.
Pop up.
At
You
some
just gonna
point,
pop up with
yeah.
it. It's like, whoa,
N-
random Sunday. What happened?
Not just for me, just for me. It's like my family knows it was good, but like internally, like I'm a competitor, so it was like when it happened, I was really really mad about it, like internally. But I tried not to like make it a thing for Thanksgiving because it's the holiday. It's
Yeah.
not about me. So I
Yeah.
was like,
Then
nah.
it's then
But
it
I'm gonna
becomes
get my
weird.
yeah, right, exactly. I'm gonna get my leg back before Christmas though. Like another holiday time. I'm gonna make another batch of macaroni and cheese and some more cornbread dressing. Prove to myself like yeah, your pen pan's still strong. So we've still got that. Um, but yeah, let's get into some sports stuff here, Malik. I don't know if you've heard this, but Duke basketball has a super freshman. He's
Mm,
pretty good at basketball.
mm.
Cam Boozer. Coming into the year, everybody was talking AJ DeBonta, blah 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 blah. For my money, from
He's
what I've
he's pretty
seen,
good too.
he's been very good. He has. I'm not. This is not a anti AJ DeBonta rant here. This is a pro Cam Boozer because
Hmm.
for me, I thought it was kind of like, all right, dude, grad, his kid goes to school, great. I wasn't really sipping the Boozer Kool-Aid. Um, I'm back for seconds now. Like I'm all the way in. I'm all the way in. Like this
He said,
dude
"Hold
is the
on,
real.
there's something in
Yeah,
here."
wait. This shit good. This tropical punch. This got to be tropical, but this the light blue pack. This fire. You must have mixed this with the blue
Yeah,
lemonade, blue raspberry
you put
lemonade
the
joint. You
blue
know what
and
I'm
the red
saying?
together.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Mix that shit up. Make it make it nice. But nah,
yeah.
he's the real fucking deal. He can shoot. He can rebound. He's tough. He's big. He's only 18. He's already got pro level size. So and he's only gonna get stronger and more into his game. I think the only thing that AJ has over him at this point is just supreme athleticism. I think Boozer is a decent athlete, but um I don't think he has that NBA elite athleticism. I think he's just probably like a mediocre athlete at this point. He's not going to be playing the game above the rim, but he's tough and he can finish inside with a variety of different moves. He makes his free throws and he can knock down a three if you leave him open.
And he's big too. What is he, like 6'10"?
Yes, he's like he's 6'9", 250, I think is what he's listed at.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not concerned about a dude his size like not
Yeah,
being
you're not
able
supposed to
to,
have a 40-inch
you
vertical
know.
when you're that big. You know, he's a big
Well,
kid. Yeah,
yeah,
LeBron.
yeah. No, he looks really good. I won't disrespect any of the freshmen that have played so far because a lot of them look really good. This looks like a great class of young guys, but he is better than I expected. To your point, like I also was kind of just like, oh, last name Boozer, like I'm sure he's talented because he's got talented genes, but he does seem like an actually good basketball player, like not just like, oh, good for the son of a former player. Like he's like, no, this guy actually seems like he could make a name for himself. Um, you know, it's Duke, so I don't
Yeah,
know
you
how
don't like
much
Duke. It's fine.
credit
You're a hater.
I want to.
It's
No,
fine to
I
be a hater.
actually I do like Duke.
No.
I think that they're a great program, but I'm not going to give you guys like that much credit for you know like it's freaking Duke.
I mean,
You know?
I'm not giving Duke credit. I'm not even giving Shire credit because I mean, how much recruiting do you have to do when his
Yeah,
dad went to
exactly.
Duke? I mean, he's probably gonna. It's like saying Syracuse really hit the recruit trails to get Kyan Anthony. Like, not really. He was probably always going to go
Yeah.
to Syracuse, but it was another super freshman, by the way. But I think it's really more so like when you get these guys, Nepo babies, I guess is a sort of way that you can talk about it. You just don't know what you are going to get in terms of that kind of a player. And for my money, um, I just assumed that AJ DeBonsa, the same way Cooper Flag came in and just walked through college basketball. I thought AJ DeBonsa was going to do the same thing. Now he's been good for a very good BYU team, but Cam Boozer in the most recent performance that he had against Florida, I mean, that is a national championship team. They
Yeah.
have experience and size in their front line with Condon and Chinyelu and Hawk, um, who all had good games, by the way, on their end. So, defensively, he still has some things to be desired. But again, he's 18. So it's just very impressive to me to see not only the numbers that he's putting up, but like John Shire is not shy about. That's my favorite thing about Shire so far is that he really has taken the torch from Coach K and elevated it with the scheduling preseason before you get into the ACC. Is he's not scheduling a bunch of cupcakes to make his guys feel good. He's like, I really want to, assuming we get
Mm-hmm.
into March with a top 3 seed, I want us to know what it's going to feel like when we play these teams in the Final Fours. Like, this is where we're at right now. And right now, they were at home, but, playing a Florida team, a tough ranked Florida team at home for the SEC ACC Challenge. And they were able to escape with a victory in that game. I thought it said a lot about that program and a lot about Boozer, who dominated that game from start to finish.
Yeah. The guy my eyes are on, and he hasn't played in a minute because of a hamstring injury, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Darren Peterson. We need to see it against other.
Yeah.
Like he played against UNC, so that's a
Yeah.
one.
I was hoping to see him
Legit.
against Duke when Duke played Kansas.
I
That was one I was waiting
I
for.
know. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
he's
think he
the
might
real
be back
deal.
this weekend,
Yeah.
against Missouri. But yeah, man, I mean that dude looks great. Like I said, the entire class looks great,
Mhm.
but
A Cuff
Boozer
for
is
Arkansas
slowly,
looks great, but yeah, I think
yeah,
Boozer is officially, I think, leading the Player of the Year rankings for me at least right now. It's not like he's head and shoulders above that he could easily get caught by some of these other guys.
hmm
Um, we're still not quite halfway through the season, so there's still some things that could happen, need to happen. And then Duke normally goes on like a prolonged break, like a 3-week break around exam time before they come back in January with the league schedule. And it'll be interesting to see how that long layoff will affect Boozer. Does he use it to recharge and get back in, or does it kind of mess up his momentum and his flow? And then,
is he
now the
just
teams have
partying?
more time. Yeah, well, now the teams have more time to diagnose defenses around him and around the things that he does best. Like, how will he react to teams that you might have to play twice in ACC play, or teams that what's
Yeah,
his first Carolina game going to be like? Up against Caleb Wilson. So there's a lot
I can tell
still
you
to be
what,
seen.
it's it's gonna be a lot of people watching. I can tell you that.
Oh, that's a
That's what
fact.
it's definitely gonna be
That's a
like.
fact. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As much as it pains
That's
me
what
to
it's
say,
definitely gonna be
Carolina
like.
got him one with Caleb Wilson. He's the truth.
Dude,
He could play.
he's a dog.
He
He's a
could play.
dog.
I thought they lost that
I
Kentucky
like
game.
him
I
a
have
lot.
no idea how they won that game. I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with that. Talking about switching gears here from college basketball to college football. What did you think about the Lane Kiffin to LSU whole debacle? Like, not necessarily what it means for LSU, but like just how it was handled from like a
Yeah, I
PR
thought it
standpoint.
was stupid. Um, to be frank with you, I thought it was dumb.
Yeah.
And it kind of didn't surprise me because listen, I'm not a college football guy. Um, I don't I don't have a rooting interest in any specific team, so I don't like have the I'm not like a college football culture person. I'm also not like a football culture person. I like football because I like sports. I don't
Mhm.
like the lore of football and the idea that like, God, family football, like that kind of thing. Like that's just not me.
Yeah.
So I don't, I don't take it as like serious when like these things happen, where some people are just like, if they could bring Lane Kiffin up on charges, they would because like, for them it's just like you know what I mean.
The
If they
smear
could,
campaign
if they
like
could,
immediately afterwards. Like,
yeah,
look,
like
he's
if they
talking to
could
all the
sue this
co-eds.
man,
Right. Yeah.
they would absolutely do it. But um, look, he's had exits from teams that have pissed people off. Like he's essentially burned every bridge every time he left somewhere, and I, I don't know a whole lot about Lane Kiffin other than that he's a pretty good coach because he keeps getting jobs,
Mhm.
and he's a pretty terrible person to have as your coach because once he leaves, you're just like never again.
Yeah.
Um, the thing in this case, like I think people are fine with that in college football because in the reverse, teams can kind of just say like, we're just gonna move on from you. You'll get your golden parachute, but like we're gonna move on from you, and like that's it is what it is. But I think the fact that he like kept alluding to the fact that he was leaving, but then just kept like slow rolling it. It was just really
Yeah.
weird. It's just like I don't know if he had something against the people that at Ole Miss, and that's
Yeah,
why he did it. Like
it's like he wanted to be like the belle of the
it,
ball the whole time. He wanted to
he wanted to
dominate
be the
headlines.
villain, kind
Yeah.
of.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. It
He
seemed like he
leaned
wanted to be
into
the
it in a way
villain,
that he didn't have to.
and then to turn around and be like, "So you guys aren't going to let me coach the bowl game?" It's like, nigga, no.
No. You're not our
After
coach.
this,
You know what I'm saying? Not only are you a coach of a different team, the team you're a coach of is literally a conference rival.
yeah.
So,
And
like,
to me, I don't. The thing I don't understand is why you couldn't just wait until after the bowl game to announce that you were leaving. Like, I don't. Was there some like you
transfer
have to
portal
take this
opens
job, right?
up. The transfer portal opens up before like the college football. That's why a lot of those things moved. And I get like some people are saying that it could be like propaganda from the powerful bigwigs behind the scenes to try and defend some of the coaches in the movement and things like that. And I don't love it. It's an imperfect science. It's never made sense to me that the transfer portal window opens up before the college football playoff gets started. You have players that have playoff games to play, and then some of them just end up not playing in their playoff game because they enter the transfer portal and they're leaving the school. And it's like, you played 11 regular season games, and now when it's time to play a bowl game, you're like, nah, I'm gonna go to Southeast Missouri State, so I'm out of here. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like
I love
it's
that poll,
it's.
by the way.
Thank you. You know what I mean? But it's just like the whole college sports landscape really. And when we talked about it with Jason, a couple of months
We
ago,
did.
it's still
It's nasty
broken.
out there.
It's still
Yeah.
broken. It's still nasty, and there's no one way to fix it, obviously, or else it would have been done. But I think that the damage that was done for years by penalizing players for things that they shouldn't have been penalized for, and now giving these people that freedom, it's kind of like that, like church girl theory. You know what I mean? Like you make certain things into taboo, and then all of a sudden they get a little taste of those things that they were forbidden from being able to do, and then all of a sudden they want more and more and more, and they want to get more and more devious with it. And that's the thing, they weren't able to make money for so long, and now that's all it's about. Like, well, my
Yeah.
predecessors weren't allowed to make money, so now I need to do everything I can to make all this money, and instead it kind of bastardizes a game that should be about playing the sport. Like, still make your money, it's a pro sport. I don't care what anybody says, the NCAA is a pro sport, but like, let's find a way to regulate this so it's not the wild wild west.
Yeah. Again, I hear you on the transfer portal thing, and I agree with you on the like everything is broken. I think broken is definitely the best way to phrase it. Chaotic, maybe is even more on point. I still think, dude, you're gonna take the job. Just announce it after the playoff. Like,
But he can't.
to
Like,
me,
he has to go to that school. Like, that was the point. Is like LSU is thinking it's because LSU one is not even in the college football playoff, which is why they have the vacancy at coach. You know what I'm saying? So like, they need
but
transfer
hold on.
portal. They
Let me
need
just say this though.
recruits. Yeah.
But it's LSU. Like, it's not like he's going to some school that can't recruit. And on top of that, if this is me asking a clarifying question, say he waited, right, and people are like, oh, Lane Kiffin goes to LSU. I committed to this team, but can't you just de-transfer or decommit or whatever from some other like, you can just put your name in the portal, but you have to pick a school immediately, right?
But like, I think it would
wrong on the
behoove
process?
you, because it's LSU. Their fans don't want to wait 2 months to
Who gives a
watch
shit?
him win a national championship. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that the school does, the AD does, because he still works for the school. Like, he doesn't give a shit how Ole Miss feels. Honestly, it doesn't do him any good to let them go and win a national championship, because you don't get a pat on your back for getting, a national champion coach to come to your school when he just won it for
I think you do.
No, not when he just won it for a different school. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, look, he led Ole Miss, a team that people have forgotten about in the post Eli Manning era, to an 11-1 season. I mean, they just haven't been that good. They really have. And then all of a sudden,
they had a couple years in
with Orgeron and stuff. But like, I mean, they really haven't been. And even Coach O didn't have them this relevant. You know what I mean? It's like 11-1 season by all, by all metrics, is a very, very good season. Probably one of the best in the history of the program. After their starting quarterback, the wonderkin, Simmons, goes down, they find this D2 guy that was like a transfer no one even thought about, in Trinidad Chambliss, and he's led this team to an 11-1 record, and just what a story that is. And I really hope that kid and the rest of those young men in that locker room can get things together and band together and make a real run. It's a shame that we don't get to see this team at their best with their head coach finishing the season out. And they have like a regular NFL type offseason where like the transfer portal opens up in like April or something, to allow these people to like actually move around and recover from, whatever it is that they're doing during their college football playoff runs. But that's not the way that it works. I want my coach in now. My season is over for LSU. Our offseason started last week after we lost. So now I need to fill my coaching vacancy, and I'm not waiting until February to go and sign Lane Kiffin. We're LSU. We need our coach now. So if you want this job, we're going to take you now, and we're going to give you a deal that you can't refuse. And that's what they did.
Sure. To me, if you have better options, then by all means go ahead. Like, to me, I think if there's a chance that I could win a national championship as the coach, that also pushes the price up. So that's why to me, I'm just saying from his standpoint, like, I think he would have the leverage in that situation because they want you, right? Like obviously you're their
Yeah,
top choice. So to
but I
me,
think
it
that's
would
what
seem
he.
like, this also assumes that he just
Yeah.
is like not the type of guy who burns bridges everywhere he
But
goes.
that's what he
So
discussed. Like I don't
like
think that Lane Kiffin even the type of person that he is at least seemed to be in the public eye. We don't necessarily know him per se, but um I think if he had an opportunity to coach this team, it's not like there's any real world. I mean, Ohio State has looked good, but they haven't played a whole bunch of really talented
yeah,
teams. And Ole Miss has the kind of offense that they could hang in there with anybody, and they have all year. So um, I just think he probably would have stayed if he had a path to be able to stay at that school and then have his cake and eat it too and go to whatever school paid him the most money or gave him the best opportunity to continue to win, then he would do that. But LSU literally gave him a Godfather deal. You get to be one of the highest paid coaches in college football, and then on top of that, they're giving him 25 million in NIL money, more than any other school in that conference or in college football. Period. So you can go and buy your team. Like, okay, you don't get to coach this current team to a national title, but you can pick whoever the hell you want off that team. We're giving you $25 million. I think Ohio State paid like 10 million for their national championship team last year or something like that, 8 million, something like that. They're getting triple that
yeah.
for this
I
team
listen.
next year. Like that,
I hear
they
you.
literally are buying a super team. So
I hear you.
you
I hear
have
you.
to you just have to, no other school is offering you that. And I think if you're Lane Kiffin, he probably just weighed the benefits of it. And it was probably like, look, this is a one time deal. And probably gave him a deadline and was like, look, if Ole Miss lets you coach during the playoff, that's great, but we need to hear from you now. You have to announce it now and make it public so people know that we have a direction. And when these kids enter the transfer portal, they know, hey, LSU just brought in Lane Kiffin, you know, the coach that turned a Division II quarterback into damn near a Heisman candidate and an 11-win quarterback. That's the kind of guy that we have over. And by the way, they have the most NIL money of any team in college football.
Yeah. Again, I'm not a college football guy, so
Yeah,
thank you for explaining that. Because I mean, I could see in that scenario where it's just like, well, it's offer is too good to refuse. Um, but I also think, I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, if this was like Nick Saban, would he have made this? Would he have done the same thing that way? And I guess it's
yeah,
hard. It's
that's
like
how he did the
fucking Nick
Dolphins
Saban.
when he left the Dolphins to go to Alabama. Yeah,
No. But I'm saying somebody with who has like ultimate leverage, like the
mm-hmm.
most leverage of anyone. Lane Kiffin doesn't have that kind of leverage where it's like, hey, I'm gonna stay here and you still want me. You know what I mean? Like maybe
Exactly.
not. I don't know.
He doesn't.
But yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I thought it was more funny than anything because people were so up in arms, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure we've seen
They
him
don't get great
pissed.
things
He's
at
he's
Ole
pissed off
Miss.
so many
They,
people.
they
Yeah,
just don't. They don't get great things at Ole Miss. And what the fans understand by him taking this job is like, you can feel however you want. And a couple of the players have come out and mentioned like,
mm-hmm.
no, we wouldn't have welcomed him back. Whatever, bro. Like the ones that he wants from that team are going to go with him to LSU. Like if he wants Simmons to be his quarterback next year, and he's like, "Look, you were hurt last year. Chambliss was good. We couldn't pull him, but I still believe in you. You still have 2 years of eligibility left. I want you to come back, come with me to LSU, and let's build something beautiful over here at LSU and make you into a national championship quarterback." He's going. He's gonna go. That you know what I'm saying? Money fucking talks and bullshit walks. So you're gonna make
Yeah,
some money with LSU, and the next year you're gonna get drafted probably 2 slots higher than you would have been drafted, or 2 rounds higher than you would have been drafted because you have a offensive genius like Lane Kiffin diagnosing things up for you, and you have all of this big machine behind you of LSU, and the types of recruits and the recruiting base that they can get down there in the boot of Louisiana. So I just think it was too tough for him to turn that opportunity down. It sucks. It sucks for fans of football, especially of college football. It sucks for the Ole Miss fans, but the reality is that offer, if and we don't know if that offer was put on the table with a time limit, I think you have to take that offer when it happens.
yeah, yeah,
Personally,
yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah,
I
I
agree.
would have taken it
Unless you feel
because,
like you have the leverage to be like, you're not going to it, like
well,
if
Ole
I
Miss
say
wouldn't have matched it. So like you would have won. Okay, say you win
no,
the
no, no, no,
national
no.
championship with Ole
Not
Miss.
yeah, it wouldn't have even been a match situation. It's just like
Yeah.
unless you felt like, yo, there's a better option that they can get
Hmm.
beside me, and like I can make them wait because they want me so bad that like they're just gonna sit there and wait. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's LSU is a big school and they want their,
Right.
I get it.
They want
But
their pound of flesh.
yeah, maybe he didn't have the juice to have it both ways, like you said, to have his cake and eat it too.
Exactly. I
But
think that's
yo,
what it comes down to.
shout out to LSU. Hopefully you guys don't suck because that would make it even worse if all this happened and you guys didn't
Yeah, well,
actually
I
do
mean,
anything
the good
different.
news for LSU's fans is you're coming off of a Brian Kelly era, so it could only go up from here. I mean, that era started with the cringe with that 360 video of him with the recruit that ended up not even signing there and all that shit, and then ended with them getting their asses bust at home against Texas A&M. So I'm excited to see what could happen next year for Lane Kiffin, but I am sad for myself as a fan of football in general. Not maybe so much college football. I'm like you, we're Northeastern guys, so it's college basketball for us, not really college football. But I live in Georgia now, so I'm trying to indoctrinate myself as best as I can
Yeah.
to the college football landscape. But enough about sports, man. Let's get into some pop culture stuff. So 50 Cent produced a Netflix documentary surrounding Sean Combs and all of the controversy of that trial that lasted seemingly forever, but really just I think the summer, maybe the last year and a half or so. I don't really know exact timeline of it, but the Cassie trial, which turned into like a RICO case and sex trafficking case and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What was your initial thoughts or feelings behind the documentary? I know you got a chance to watch it.
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, you
I have
did. You
not
didn't
seen
get a
it.
chance to watch. You haven't watched it yet. Okay.
I have
Yeah,
not
I just
watched it.
finished it
I
last night.
actually, so but I do have strong thoughts on the premise.
Yeah.
Um, so, and feel free to chime in here if I'm misstating anything. Um, my read from what I've seen and heard other people say is that this is essentially a retrospective on him over the years, not specifically, or sorry, not solely on the case, but just his sort of behavior as a person across his time in the spotlight. Am I correct in that
Yeah.
sort of framing of it?
That's exactly what
Okay.
it is. Yep.
Okay. So my issue with it is not has nothing to do with like it's unfair to him because I think, to be honest, he is lucky that the prosecutors, just for whatever reason, could not bring a better case against him because
They
I
built
do
too
believe
much. They
that
put too much on the plate. They went to the buffet
I,
line
I,
and
I
loaded up the first plate, and they couldn't finish.
yeah, I do believe that what he did was more than just soliciting prostitution, which I believe was the actual charge that he got.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't able to prove the whole sex ring, and maybe it wasn't as big as they were sort of making it out to be, but it definitely
Mm-hmm.
was something, right? Like it wasn't nothing. So like I'm like he should be in jail. He's where
Mm-hmm.
he should be. What I don't like is 50 Cent being like in this opportunistic um position to sort of build his career as a um,
Hater.
producer of television. Yeah, basically, right. But to me, it seems very haterish. It seems very like
Mm-hmm.
pissing on someone's grave um, in this format that has become so popular, which is like it's not really a documentary. It's just like a one-sided story. And I'm not saying that like we need Diddy's side of the story. I'm just saying like
Mm-hmm.
this is not like Ken Burns doing a documentary on like the American Revolution. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like these documentaries, it's become a joke when something happens. People say, "I can't wait for the 5-part documentary on this," and it
Right.
just happened like last week. So I don't know. To me, it feels weird, and it's like, especially when it's another rapper who's also from New York, who it's like, I know for a fact that at a certain point in your career, you absolutely would have been and probably have been in some of the rooms with this dude. And it's like, if shit was so bad, if he was such a terrible person, what why do you need to now come out and tell us how terrible a person he is?
No,
Because
I
it will
think
benefit you as a producer and as a as an executive, whatever, in terms of your ability to make
I'll
TV, as
I'll
opposed to
defend
like
him.
he's a piece of shit and you could have just did something about it instead of like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like when Cassie was getting her fucking uh,
Her brains
ass
beat
kicked
in.
in a
Yeah.
hotel, and all these people were, and this is not specific to just him. Like I have many thoughts about a lot of people who were
A
around him.
lot of them.
Where were y'all at when all these people were dealing with all this stuff? Like I just find it to be very opportunistic, and it feels a bit unsettling. Like I just don't like the idea of like, oh, now all of a sudden I care and I want to dig, throw more dirt on his grave and piss on his grave and like try to build myself up and make myself seem like I'm this, sort of crusader for the truth. It's like
Yeah.
that's not really what this is. You just see an opportunity to make yourself look good and him look bad, which is totally fine. But like, just call it that. Like,
Hmm.
don't make it seem like you're like shedding light on the truth, because I don't. I just that's not what I see when I see this.
Yeah.
But I know it's
I don't think he's
It's for
selling it as
entertainment
that.
purposes.
I honestly don't think he's selling it necessarily as that. I don't think he might be calling it a documentary, which is not what it is, because a documentary just lays out the facts and let you decide. This is very much slanted towards the anti Sean Combs side of everything. But I will say, in defense of 50 Cent, who my opinions on him have drastically changed since the Trump reelection. I mean, just like he's just another one just shilling for dancing like a good monkey for the president. And it's just like I just hated him, Snoop, Nelly. We lost a lot of really good ones. Um, but so thoughts on Curtis Jackson aside, um, he has very vocally and for a long time, even before any of this, constantly verbally berated and came out up against Sean Combs like for a long time before it was popular. Um, I don't know that he's ever been cool or friends with him. I don't think it was to the level of his vitriol towards Ja Rule, but everything I've never come across any situation where 50 Cent was anything less than mocking Sean Combs and every chance that he could possibly get. Breakfast Club interviews, regular interviews, Instagram, all kind of stuff. He's done it for years and years and years. So I will say that this is consistent with who he's been and how he has felt about Combs for a long time. Now, them both being from New York, I don't know what rooms they may or may not have been in or whatever as a part of like mutual acquaintances. Not 50 doesn't strike me as a guy that has a lot of mutual acquaintances with a lot of people, but um I do not believe that this is one of those things where he's just jumping on an opportunity in that particular case. What I will say is this: it seems like true to a lot of wealthy people in power. What I'm vaguely to understand is that Diddy had somebody recording the last few days or weeks leading into the trial, recording every day to be able to put out some kind of propaganda of his own to maybe help his chances in the court of public opinion or whatever, and then didn't pay the person. So the rights to the footage that he shot remained with the uh, the videographer or the team of videographers that he had hired, quote unquote. So they were able to then flip that and sell that to Netflix and 50 Cent and turned it into what it has become, which is, like you said, just a 4-part character assassination of Sean Combs from his early beginnings as a background dancer all the way through to the most recent trial and sentencing that happened back in like October or something like that. So um, it's not a documentary. It's, you know, a lot of different people are interviewed during it, but it is very clear how they want you to feel. That they do the right thing with the lawyers and everything. They probably made them like made sure like, hey, every so often you have to put this graphic up that says Sean Combs was tried on this many charges and proven guilty of this
Mm-hmm.
many charges, and talk to the lawyers and get statements on everything that could seem like you're trying to blah blah blah. But um no, it's very clear how they want you to think about um Sean Combs in this whole series. It's a mini series, is what it is, and it's a true crime series at best. Is the best way
To
to
be
describe
honest,
it.
what it feels like is like, and again, I haven't seen it,
Hmm.
but the vibe that I get, it feels like a Vlad TV interview, but just with like real life footage.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, it's
like
funny that
it's
you
to
mentioned
me, it
that shit
feels more
because
gossipy. It
yeah, because it's
feels more
like
gossipy than
you
anything.
get some. So like my major issue with this was like what it illuminated to me more because I knew that Sean Combs was a piece of shit. Now I didn't know the level to which he was this piece of shit, but like I just assumed that he was not like the greatest person, especially after you see the video of the things that he did to Cassie. Like regardless
Hmm.
of what you want to say, oh well, she was all in for the freak offs and she loved the sex with the porn star and doing all that stuff like that. Like, first of all, you don't know how abuse works. You know what I'm saying? Domestic abuse is just as much mental as it is physical. So, that's why people, Tina Turner, to tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you don't just get up and leave. Oh, he hit me. Oh, I'm getting up and leaving. Like, that's not how that has worked in like any case. This isn't a fucking Tyler Perry movie, okay? There's not some light skinned savior coming to save you with fucking straight back cornrows, all right? So, like, that's not, let's get that out of your heads right now. And then among all of this is like even the people that came out and are speaking, a good majority of them at least, it's like, okay, that's great, but like you wait until now you're negatively affected by something to now all of a sudden, well, I have this and I have this to say about Combs. And like what ends up happening is you lose the content of why we're here originally. And that was, Cassie and her domestic assault and all that stuff. And now all of a sudden he's getting brought up on RICO charges. I'm like, I didn't ask you for that. I asked you to arrest this man for domestic assault. Let's get that over with. And if you want to go to RICO and do all that other, you do that shit later. But me and my people, I want the domestic assault. Diddy settled for like 30 million, whatever the many millions that he paid her to stay quiet, and then the video comes out. So everybody gets to see the type of savage monster that he is, and it still doesn't deter some people. There's still people out here saying, oh, he's getting railroaded and all that shit. And it's like just at every turn people are putting too much on the plate to try and hang Diddy and put him in jail for life. I'm like, OJ didn't go to jail for killing his wife and her side nigga. So why the fuck do you think Sean Combs is going to jail for fucking RICO? They couldn't even really get mobsters on RICO charges after like the 90s. So I don't know why you think they're about to get Sean Combs on sex trafficking, but because he owns like stock in Johnson & Johnson baby oil. Like, give me a fucking break, man. Let's focus on the things that's gonna put a bad person off the streets. That's gonna affect his pockets, that's going to keep him from being able to do this from anybody to anybody else. And it just seems like nobody in this series was really all that interested in that. They were just interested in, well, this is what he did to me, and this is how it affected me, and this is why you should feel this way about him, is because me. And I'm like, well, the one constant thing I've heard from all of you is that he was beating not only Cassie's ass but his mom's ass and some other people up, and taking advantage of coworkers and assistants and all that other kind of shit for years and years and years, and nobody said anything because it didn't suit them to say anything.
That's kind of where I'm at, and I want to say this to your point because I agree with what you're saying. Obviously,
Hmm.
in the case where like he had much more power than some of the people who he was doing this to, I'm not saying like, oh, why are you just speaking up now? This is more of a for people who have power who are in the industry, and that's kind of what I
Hmm.
meant, right? Like when I say in these rooms, I'm not saying that he liked him, that they were friends or anything. What I'm saying is like if you actually cared about these people, to me, the fact that you decided like, oh, I just want to like I said, I just want to piss on this guy's grave. I want to
No,
do
I'm saying
this
that though.
deal because it's,
You don't need to
huh?
be in power for that shit. No, I'm saying like when you watch the doc, you
No, 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 no,
the
no. Well,
miniseries, you'll
well,
see.
well. I'm
Yeah.
saying if I'm one of the assistants who was getting abused,
I know what
then I
you.
feel like
I
this guy
know
is,
that's what you're saying,
yeah,
and I'm telling you, when you watch this miniseries, you will understand that that's not the fear of he can blackball me. Like maybe one or two had that, but most of them was like I chose not to say anything because I was trying to protect the culture, and there's a black man making this. Stop it! It didn't suit
well, that's
you.
stupid. Yeah,
Because
that's dumb. Yeah,
you
that's
were
dumb.
still on the payroll, you were still getting paid, you still had proximity to fame and access to all the amenities and things that came with that fame. And if you had to deal with the devil to get it, you made your choice. And then when it came back to bite you in the ass or it came back to burn you, um, then you didn't like how that felt. Then you
Yeah,
didn't like
yeah.
what it
No,
was like. You watched Cassie get kicked up and down the damn everywhere that she was at, and watched him abuse her and kick her and treat her like a dog and all this other kind of shit. But until you got kidnapped and taken on a joyride to go kill to try and kill Kid Cudi, um, it didn't behoove you to say anything. You was trying to protect the culture. You didn't want to upset the apple cart, so to speak. And I
yeah,
don't have a whole lot of respect for that. I respect the trauma that comes with that, but like I don't respect you sitting in front of a camera and then telling me to feel sorry for you as you watched a man denigrate and disrespect a young woman and take all worth away from her in any way that he saw fit. And until that literally hit you, you didn't feel like anything needed to be said, and that just it speaks volumes to me.
yeah. I guess all in all, my final point is like, I just don't see how this benefits anyone other than 50 Cent and Netflix.
Right,
You
it's
know what
just
I
more
mean?
content,
I
that's
don't
all it
really
is. It's more content.
exactly, and
It's
so
very
that's why I'm
entertaining.
just like, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
It I don't have the time. I've been busy watching other more interesting monsters. So I found out everything I need to find out about this man in the trial, and his day will come. But let's talk about some other monsters because I want to get to that. I want to get to that.
Yeah, let's get to it.
I'm
So first
ready.
of all, this is we're getting to Stranger Things here for the last segment of the pod. So, if you haven't seen season 5 of Stranger Things, season 5 part 1, I should say, of Stranger Things, you can tune it out now. We're gonna try and do light spoilers, but I'm not making any promises. So this is your opportunity
Yeah,
to get out now, because we're
yeah,
probably gonna broach some stuff that's gonna ruin things here or there, or suggest some stuff that's gonna ruin some of the content of season 5. But Malik, how did how did you feel coming into this season, and did they exceed expectations? Did they meet them? Was it slightly below? What were you feeling 4 episodes in?
so I'm gonna be so honest with you. I genuinely forgot about the rollout. It wasn't until last night
Mm.
that I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot the new Stranger Things is up. Let me just watch this." So I watched it. I binged it after I took a nap. We were supposed to pod yesterday. Your boy fell asleep on the couch.
Right.
We'll talk about that later. Um, not my finest moment. But then when I woke up, I was like, "Well, shit, now I'm up." And I was like, "Well, let me just throw some stuff on." And I was like, "Oh yeah, Stranger Things." Um, this is one of my favorite shows ever, right? So I was very excited. I had honestly forgotten like what happened in season 4. So when the recap came on, I'm like, oh, thank goodness, because I was like, I actually don't remember where we ended up.
Right.
Like I have like general ideas of where we ended up. So everything I was like, okay, I remember that. And yeah, like that we get right into it. That first episode, and I'm just like, we're fucking back. We're back at Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? This is great. It was just great to be around these characters again.
The American
I was
Midwest.
excited. Just super Midwest, super
Mm.
Indiana. I'm all in. I'm all the way all in.
The
And
80s, and just is very
it,
good
it,
retro
it's
times.
it's
Back to
it's
simpler
just
things.
no, but honestly, like what made I think everyone fall in love with the show is that the nostalgic aspect of it, like all of the little small little touchstones about Stranger Things, about these little young kids, the Steven Spielberg esque like vibes of it, felt like E.T. a little bit, felt like this, it felt like that. Like it's pulling from all these things that for at least for me in my childhood were just like I had it high up on this like god tier level of like things that I thought was awesome. So we get straight into it. The thing I noticed immediately, I was like, damn, like they're not wasting any time with we're not doing a whole lot. Ain't no long talk.
No,
There's not a whole lot of long talking. There's a lot of long episodes, but there's not a lot of long talking.
There's no exposition in this. You know what I'm saying? There's no like caricature. You know what I'm saying? Or for the viewing public. Where they have to vamp it and talk about like, oh, well, this is why this is happening. It's like, no. You've got the recap. You're back in it. Let's go. We got 8 episodes here.
I put it like
this. Giving it to you 4 at a time.
Yeah, this is not a the first couple seasons was like, ooh, spooky. Ooh, what's around the corner? We don't know, right? Obviously, there's still some jump scares and all that stuff. This one, I feel like they just get straight into it. It's like, okay, y'all know where we at. You guys are familiar with this. Let's get it. So I was all in. Like first episode, I'm like, damn, we're back. I love it. I was like, let me pop in. Let me hit another one. Fuck it, we're here. And I thought like maybe I'd just do 2 and go to sleep. We get to the third one, and I'm like, well, fuck.
It's very good cliffhangers, man. Like the cliffhangers are so. They're so good. Even the cliffhanger after episode 4, bro. Like that is the one. And my wife kind of alluded to
straight there.
Yeah, we just go. I mean, that's what everybody's. Anybody that's watched season 5, the first 4 episodes of season 5, understands what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And like, for my money, like and I'm just gonna come out and say it because we gave the spoiler warning. Like, I have hated Will since this series started. I have been like the only character.
Wait.
Hated, bro. Hated him.
The series started with him getting kidnapped. You hated a kid that got kidnapped? That's crazy.
Weak link, bro. Weak link. Like, grow a pair with this stupid ass bowl cut, by the way, that he still hasn't got.
The bowl cut was
just ridiculous, honestly. But then, it was like the only character I can remember hating this much was Carl from The Walking Dead. Other than that, it's like strictly maybe Skylar from Breaking Bad too. But if we're just talking about like young kids, probably Carl from The Walking Dead was the only one on par. I probably hated Carl a little bit more because I actually would wish death upon Carl. So shout out to that. But yeah, well, the writers saw it my way eventually, so it was great. But I think
it's a lot of zombies. Yeah, death was always around the corner.
It is. Unless you're Daryl, apparently. But no, it was such a vindication. Like the payoff for years and years and years of just being the GOAT and being the weak link of the crew, and you're always making the whiny face, and you're always the one getting kidnapped or getting possessed or fucking passing out and fainting in the middle of the action, and then half of the season is us
being possessed is crazy.
I'm just saying, like half the season is spent like, let's go save Will from the upside down, or we have to find a way to get Vecna out of Will's head, and he feels prickles on the back of his neck and all that shit, and like now it's like, honestly, and I turned to my wife and told her, I was like, I think Will's more powerful than 11. I think he's above. He controlled 4 of them motherfuckers from like remote distances, bro. Like he had the Wi-Fi synced up. You know what I mean? Like she has trouble beating 1, and we don't even know if he has the same like, when they play that sound and shit. Like we don't even know if she has that same weakness.
Yeah.
If he has the same weakness as she does with that, but like he was remote shutting these motherfuckers down. 4 of them. Bop, 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 bop. Sit y'all asses down. 11 could never.
It was a great payoff. I don't hate Will for what it's worth.
Well, you're nicer than me.
I think it's crazy.
A while ago.
I think it's crazy that you were shitting on a kid who got kidnapped, but not surprising.
I'm a victim blamer. What can I say?
But No, but to your point though, like first season, it was like, oh man, Will, like what happened? Feel so bad for him, it's a helpless little kid. And then like after a while, it's just like, all right, my nigga, like you got to help yourself a little bit,
So
Like
look
then
who's
he
joined the club.
goes to California, and the meme, that to me still is like the funniest shit. The meme of him looking out the window crying because his friends don't want to play Dungeons and Dragons anymore. It's
And he
like
has a crush
dude,
on his
like
best friend.
well, that's
It's
that
like
part of it. I
very
feel
clear. They're like super leaning
unrequited
into the
love.
like he's probably on the queer spectrum, which is great
He's
for
probably,
this.
bro.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
he's not probably.
well, I'm just saying, like, because they haven't come out and explicitly said it, I'm still alluding to it. But I think, he's got the queer best friend, and all this time you're thinking, oh, he's jealous because the girl he loves likes another girl or whatever. It was like, I think he's just kind of learning how to embrace himself and a lot of the questions that he was asking her towards the end of the season, and like her conversation with him, which helped unlock this super powered Will. Um, I think
Yeah,
pretty much answered all of those questions. I think the next four parts, if they discuss love interest at all, is probably going to be him embracing the fact that he is gay.
yeah. He put
Yeah.
the plus in LGBTQ plus.
Oh God, yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. So shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess it pays to be gay. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
shout out to
maybe he is,
him.
maybe
Like
not.
he is now. He's like, yo, y'all was talking all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the gym. Also, by the way, like
Mhm.
after he like killed all the Demogorgons, and you saw him like kind of
Rise
like
up, yeah,
letting the
with the
power
bloody
surge. I'm
nose.
like,
You know what I'm
yo,
saying? Yeah,
Buddy been in the
milk
gym.
it.
No, but he was like
Yeah,
kind of
swole
jacked. I'm
up.
like,
Yeah,
dude
swole up.
been bench pressing. Like what happened?
Nigga, he's 25
he
years
was
old. Like, what are you talking about? Like, all these
yeah.
kids, you
Well,
know what
yes,
I'm saying?
that fair.
Yeah. Like all these kids, like they started this shit when they were 10 years old, this shit. And like
Yeah,
Millie Bobby Brown is now like 23. You know what I mean? Like
30.
these
Yeah,
people,
she's like 30 years
yeah, you
old.
know what I mean? Like it's like the same thing that we get with Euphoria. And that's like, which brings me to that because like Euphoria is going to be coming back in a couple of months and everything. And like, great. But like when that series started, no one knew who Sydney Sweeney was. Now everyone does. And like they're just in
Do
very
we?
different, you know what I mean? That's some premium milk right there. But like, there's
Oh, buddy.
so many people that are part of that show are just in different phases of their life.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we lost the life of one of the characters in that show. And it's sad to have to deal
This
with that. But then
Angus Cloud is his name.
yeah, the one that I
Yeah,
call
yeah,
him Mac Miller, but I didn't want to disrespect because I couldn't think of his name because I just always
yeah.
call him
But he
Mac
did. He
Miller.
did. He low key did.
He looks
Some
smack
weird.
like I was like, yo, he should be in a Mac Miller documentary, and then he ends up, losing his life in much a similar way, which is kind of like ironic.
Tragic.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like it's gonna be wild because like here comes Zendaya, and she's not like a little high schooler anymore. She's a grown woman now. You know what I mean? And the same thing with Sydney Sweeney. Like she's a grown woman now, very grown. So like this is a completely Jacob Elordi was like I think 20 when the series started, and like now he's knocking on 30. I want to say so. Like where are these kids gonna be? So you bring us back to Hawkins, and I think they fast forwarded like 2 years maybe or whatever. But I'm like,
I think it was like
okay,
a year and a half. Yeah.
yeah, but like all of these kids are now in their 20s and they're still trying to play like juniors in high school. And it's
But
kind of gets
what I love about that is that's basically what we grew up on. Like
that is the
Saved
80s,
by the
yeah.
Bell was like, yeah, it's a
That's
bunch of
like
like 25-year-olds playing high school
yeah,
kids
exactly.
screaming at Mr. Spelding. But
I actually never was a
yeah,
big Saved by the Bell fan. Couldn't really get into it. Screech
really,
was not a thing for me. Yeah,
it's good. It's good stuff. It's I mean, I pretty much watch any sitcom when I was a kid, so
naturally,
you know,
it seems like that. But yeah, I mean, it
big
was very
big
John
on
Hughes of it to have
city
like
guys.
City Guy. I don't know
Yeah,
that show at all, honestly.
damn, check that
Mm,
out.
yeah, we're
Do
getting
your
into
YouTubes on that one.
Well, I mean, I was
But
just
yeah,
much more
no.
into movies.
So to your point though, like them being way older, it is funny to
Hmm.
watch them because it's like okay, like they're supposed to be high school kids, but I also feel like if you want to try to shoot some bail to I mean, well, whatever they were gonna grow. obviously. And
Naturally.
I was listening to something that pointed out two things, which is one, there was a writer strike. Two, we had a
Fair.
pandemic. So like that definitely cut into the filming and the production and everything. Because this show started in 2016, I
16.
believe.
July
Yeah.
15th,
So
2016 was the first episode.
it's been 9 years. And I've loved every minute of it. I mean, the last four episodes were great. Uh, I will say, my boy Caleb McLaughlin,
Yeah.
um,
Need a new barber, bro.
fan,
Get a barber
fan.
on the set. Can
Now,
we like do the like I'm
well,
saying
so what happened was they said they put a wig on him because he has braids and he didn't want to take his
mess the
braids
braid.
out
He didn't
and
want to
like
cut the
do
braids.
the fro
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, yeah. So that's why he got that fucked up hairline looking shit because it's just a wig. But I'm like, damn, y'all couldn't get a fake like a like with the you know what I'm saying? Y'all couldn't do
Box
that.
fade. You
But
couldn't
then
get some.
somebody also said that technically in this scenario, they're in lockdown in Hawkins, so he probably getting a hot butter knife treatment by some of these white folk. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't got like a barber. Yeah,
But
he
his
can't
cuts
leave the
were
Hawkins
never fresh
area.
on the show. He always had bullshit cuts. Always. The only one who
I can't
ever
say.
like really yeah, that shit was bullshit. 11 had a better fade than he did. You know what I mean?
She
Like
did.
that's
She
crazy.
yeah. She yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, she's had the straight buzz though. It wasn't even really.
Still,
You know
you know what I mean? Very, Eminem of her, girl interrupted.
what I
But
mean?
like it was I just that bothered me a lot. I think, if the next time that we have a series like this, young black actors and stuff like that, let's get some people of color, behind the scenes doing, costuming and makeup and make sure we get a black hairstylist for the young queens and a barber out there for the kings because this is like it's ridiculous. You got the black, the
It's
Black
crazy.
Ranger from the Power Rangers had the same rainbow fucking U-shaped lineup. They probably got the same
Yeah,
barber
yeah,
from the
yeah.
'90s Power Rangers, the originals. So it's just like
You know who actually, but you know who's the worst though? My man. Oh my God, what
it's
was
hard
his
to beat
name?
Walter Jones from the but like I mean that was really fucking bad.
Who, who that?
The Black Ranger,
Oh no. I'm gonna tell you who beats that. My man from Smallville, the black friend from Smallville. That
same
nigga's
lineup
hairline
though.
was
It was the same
fuck.
lineup. It's always
It
the
was,
U
but I'm just
shit.
saying
Yeah, same shit
it's
though.
15 years later, dude.
Yeah, that's you're
Like,
right.
what's up,
You're
fam?
right.
Like,
You know what?
come on,
The
son.
budget on the WB probably wasn't doing him any favors.
Nah. I'm not
You know what I'm
rolling with that.
saying?
I'm not rolling with that. That's just
They couldn't
there's
even put
absolutely there's
Superman.
no
They called
excuse,
Superman the Red Blue Blur for like 2 seasons. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't even afford to put this
bro,
nigga in a costume until the last episode for like 10 seconds.
bro.
So they just didn't have it. It
There's
wasn't in the budget.
absolutely nah. There's no excuse, bro. There's no
Nah, there's no.
excuse.
I mean, that was
Somebody
really
could
fucking
have
bad.
easily came in.
He was too. He was
Easily.
too key, but like also you don't.
His shit was like between here and here.
It
I've
was
never
bad,
seen a
bro.
hairline that tight. Like,
Because it's
why?
also
It don't
like,
make no.
okay, how do you walk around in everyday life? Like that's a decision that you made as a studio. Because like it's fine if you have me wear a wig, like Caleb Bookoffen has to wear a wig because they wanted, his character to have a box fade or whatever, because like that's what people
Yeah,
was doing in the '80s. But it didn't quite get to the Gumby time yet. Bobby Brown must not have made his yet. But it's like this is set in modern time. Like Smallville was set in modern times, bro. Like, just go to your barber and be like, listen, I don't know what y'all niggas got going on, but like, I'm not about to walk around here with the who done it and ran somewhere over the rainbow haircut. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get corners. I want my edges lined up. You know what I mean? I won't grow a
yeah.
beard. I'm not allowed to grow a beard or whatever it is, but like, I'm gonna line my shit up. Like, that's not gonna mess up my character development.
It's crazy,
That shit
insane.
is nuts, bro. It's OD.
I can't believe that dude walked around like that. God bless
Me
him. I
either.
hope he's doing all right. You know,
He's
but
probably not.
his
He probably still got that cut.
his
Like if
hairline
you let it go on
is
for that
trash.
long, you know what I'm saying, in the prime years of your life. Because like I don't know what he's been in since then. I mean, hopefully he's been gainfully employed, and is a working
He
member of
definitely
SAG. But
wasn't doing no
I
black
haven't seen
movies.
him anything. That's for sure. He probably got blackballed when they saw that nigga's fucking haircut. They'd be like, you let them do this to you for how many seasons? Yeah, you can't be on this set. Like, Nah,
I'm
that's
sorry,
not gonna
but we
work,
just
bro. Yeah,
yeah,
you're just
yeah.
gonna be the butt of
But
every joke.
thanks.
We don't want to make it weird for you. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a very uncomfortable time in the trailers
Yeah,
for you because like
yeah,
you were the butt of like literally every joke.
yeah. We literally were laughing at you before you walked in.
Oh God, like this is
Um,
like the scene from Peacemaker when they accidentally leave the mic on and they're talking shit about Peacemaker. Like that's exactly what it would have felt like.
all right. So what are your predictions for? Because we still got what 3 more
Will
episodes by
dies.
Christmas.
Will's gonna die. I think you know. You know they're
So
gonna
I
super.
was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
Come on,
Because
yo.
so wait, okay, hive mind, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we tapped in. But when the thing got when the flamethrower, right, and then he felt it, I
Yeah.
was like, oh shit! I rewatched it because I just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
rewatch that sequence again, and I thought about it. I was like, wait, if he felt that, then does that mean that if they kill one of the other ones that they feel the other one dying, like they don't all die, I
Nah,
don't
because he
think,
was snapping they
but they would
fucking
feel
bones
it,
like twigs,
right? And then
and his shit
yeah,
wasn't snapping.
exactly,
So I think that like severed it.
yes,
I think he finally stopped allowing them to control him and how he was feeling, and he flipped it. So like that's what it was. You know, like that's
good
where I
point.
go back to
Okay,
the speech that
yeah,
the girl was telling him was it was like I found out that it was always about me and I always had the
me,
answers
yeah,
within me. He was probably like, well, listen, I don't just feel what they feeling because I'm weak and I'm tapped into the hive mind or whatever. Is like because literally we have a link and we have a connection and I can beat this and control you. It's like I have the power to do something about this and I'm gonna do it. It was like it's crazy how quickly they powered him up. Like he didn't have any training or anything. He just kind of gets up and fucking snaps they shit off. But like, yeah, I think he's
I
definitely
mean,
gonna
he
die
been
before
watching
it's over.
L for
It's a
fucking
fact.
four
But all
seasons,
she does is
yeah.
like
So
shit,
he's
like you know what I'm
seen,
saying. She be doing shit like this. She ain't never remoted in to 4 different satellites at the same time and snapped these niggas because like I don't think I don't think L's working over 4 fucking Demogorgons like that. Prime Demogorgons. Like maybe the little dog ones, sure, but like the big humanoid looking motherfuckers, fucking Little Shop of Horrors looking ass niggas, like there's no way. There's
yeah.
no chance. They would have been
Okay,
dubbed up.
I'm glad you mentioned that because here's
Mm,
my other big takeaway. I had two big takeaways after I watched it.
mm,
One was, like I said before, they just went straight for the action. Like there
yeah.
was no like, hey, like let's talk like, and it wasn't. I didn't realize it until the mom Joyce was like, yeah, like I can't leave you again. Like I didn't realize that you were gone for like 8 hours, and I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy. Like I kind of forgot that like she came home and like he was gone and she didn't realize
Yeah,
it.
she's a
And then it
horrible
was
mom.
like the whole like Jonathan, where's your brother? Like
Yeah.
that whole thing. And that's what I really liked about the show was that like there was a lot of like before we got to the scary stuff, it was just
Hmm.
strictly like people and like their stories and their lives. Like there was a lot of really good storytelling. Mind you, these are kid actors, and these kid actors were fucking like kicking ass in terms of like
It's
just being a part of the story. It was really,
it's
really well
honestly
done.
incredible because you just never know when you hire a kid. Like most of these kids, like I said, they
Yeah.
they're like 12, 13 when this series first started, right? And
Yep.
you get a 12 or
Yep.
13-year-old actor, you don't know how they're gonna age. Like Macaulay Culkin ended up
And yet,
phasing out of Hollywood because he didn't have that cute, adorable face once he went through puberty. Like people didn't really hire him
yeah.
the same way. They didn't
And
look
yeah,
at him
he
the
just
same
got
way.
tired of it. Yeah, he
Yeah, he
was
was sick of it. He
it,
wasn't the cutesy
it had
kid
eaten him up
anymore.
by that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that they nailed like every single like casting
All
is
right.
crazy.
I mean,
But
Millie
back to
Bobby
the
Brown is
storytelling. So
legitimately a star. Like she's a star,
yeah.
and the
Oh, all
girl
of
who
them are.
plays,
Yeah.
yeah, the girl who plays the redhead,
Uh,
she's gonna be in
Max.
the new Spider Man. Yeah, Max. She's gonna be in the new
Oh, I didn't
Spider
know
Man.
she's on Broadway.
I didn't know that.
She's
Okay,
on
so she could
Broadway.
sing.
I
Oh,
think she was
she's like
nominated
that
for a
then. Damn,
Tony.
that's
Yeah,
crazy as fuck for real.
she's like a stage actress.
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy as hell.
um, so I say all that to say like the thing that made me fall in love with the show was like it was just really great storytelling, and then obviously all the '80s like nostalgia was awesome, and like the scary stuff was awesome, and this season is strictly like all right, we're going like this is action,
Mhm.
and I was cool with it. I was like I'm not mad at that because obviously we want to get to the end, like we want to see how this ends, we want to Like, please explain to, like, they literally spent 45 minutes explaining to us that like she was stuck in dude's mind and she was trying to run up the hill, but then the song went off and she couldn't run up the hill. So then she ran into a cave and then he can't go into the cave. I was like, yeah, like, please, like, just explain all this shit to me. Cause I actually kind of like, it's like, you guys got to like, integrate me into the shit because I kind of forgot what happened. So like, please, I'm good with you guys. You don't have to like code it and like make it, me try to figure this shit out. Like him being gay and him having powers, and once he recognized that he was gay, his powers activated. Like, yeah, make it pretty obvious. Like, please, thank you. I was good with that. The other thing,
walk me through it. Hold my hand through this, please.
Yeah, hold my hand through it because it's been a while. So I loved that they basically said like we're just going straight action here, and fuck, I forgot the other thing I was going to say. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I love that they just straight action. Like we're not wasting any time. We got 8 episodes. The dropping it on holidays makes kind of a lot of sense now that I think about it because it's like, oh yeah, people got time, so fuck it. Like, just
it gives people. It's kind of genius because now it gives people, because when you have the word of mouth, like, and it's just like a regular fucking Tuesday drop, right? Like people are like, oh, I'll get to it when I have time. Holidays, people are off. Kids are out of school. You can sit and watch it as a family. You can finish it. Like again, 9 years ago we were in our 20s, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just we're in different phases of our lives. We're dads now. We were still outside.
I started watching this show before I met my now wife.
Yeah, I mean, well before me. I think my wife was just graduating high school when this show first started. So it was like, it's a crazy thing to think about. No, she was actually entering her last year of college. I'd be joking about her a lot, but like it's so crazy.
I thought you were serious for a second. I was like, damn, is she that young?
I'd be playing because she's 7 years younger.
That would still make her what, 8?
She was 21 when it started. She was like she was 20 when the series started. But like it's just crazy.
Wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Did you find that this season these last 4 episodes were like way more violent than
100%?
Like, how is this TV 14?
Very adult.
When that in the last episode when he put his hands through the guy's face, I was like, what the entire fuck?
Nah, nuts, like, bro.
This is a show with a bunch of monsters and like
Harper's
out that shit was so unnecessary. I was
bro,
like, yo, are kids watching this?
Monster's about to choke Hopper out. He's shooting niggas in the head. You get the one clearly unhinged military guy who clearly hasn't had his big bad moment yet. You know what I'm saying? He did the thing where he got kidnapped first and then he escaped. So that's gonna come to a head probably two episodes into the final 4 episodes here. But he's gonna get his villain moment, I'm sure, coming out relatively soon here. But like it is definitely very, very violent. Like Vector not playing no fucking games, dog. That nigga coming through.
That was crazy.
He
put his hands through that man's face. They showed the thing go through the
that nigga shit.
Yo, this is not for children.
You know what I'm saying? It was a dub for that nigga, straight up.
Yeah. Also, by the way, rest in peace to that one scientist who wasn't doing shit to nobody.
Yeah, just shot that nigga up in the closet. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? He was literally the guy on the computer. And then he just gets that nigga gets like filled with 15 bullet holes because they chasing Hopper. It's like, surprise, wasn't him.
Because but by the way, because he didn't have clearance. That's the only reason he got murdered, because he didn't have clearance. I'm like,
exactly.
Damn,
and then they just kind of like yada it. Like they weren't just like, damn, not Chang. You know what I'm saying? They was like, yeah, whatever. Kind of threw his body out of the way.
He was the only one in there too.
Extra.
He was the only one in there. The one guy working a night shift with the fucking alien in a box. And it's just like, yo, I'm just sitting here, just like, he probably was trying to put in his his open enrollment time. He's probably doing his open enrollment and shit, like trying to get
his benefits just opened up. You know, he can finally add his spouse and his children to his thing. He hopefully put out some life insurance on himself because Lord have mercy. But then again, it doesn't start till January 1st, so he's kind of fucked. Yeah, sucks, man. It's a cold game. Even in the Upside Down, but like that's the craziest part about all of this shit is like it did kind of like bring you right back into the world, and I like what you had mentioned about Joyce and some of her moments in season 5, because it really did that's layering the story, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it, yeah, literally it's been 9 years, but for them in their world it hasn't been that long. It's only been like 3 or 4 years
Yeah, it's
for
4 years.
them. So for those things are still fresh. And like a mom, when does a mom ever get over the fact that she felt like a bad mom for not being there for her son, or not knowing where her son was, or anything like that? Like, when do you get past that? When do you forgive yourself for that moment? You don't. And like that's something that like maybe we're not thinking about it because they're running away from fucking monsters, and we're trying to figure out, is Will gonna finally admit that he's gay, or what's going on with um and anybody else that's going on in the story. When is Max coming back? All this shit, and then they find these pockets of time to kind of remind you, like, hey, these are real people in this world that are
Mm-hmm.
dealing with
Mm-hmm.
the consequences of shit that goes back to season 1, and maybe you don't care as a consumer because you just binge shit and throw it away, but like Joyce is still very much affected by what happened on her watch and how
Yeah,
that went, and
dude, they're
Hawk still
fucking
hurt his fucking
yeah,
daughter, who you never really see in this. I think this was our first time actually
right.
really like seeing her in the show. She died of cancer off screen well before the show even started. So it was like
Yeah, and
these
that
were
was
all things.
his whole story. Yeah,
Yeah, that's his origin thing. And so
like
like
yeah,
Elle, they went through the whole thing of like Elle being like his surrogate daughter, and but like it was like, you're not your daughter or whatever, but like now they're embracing the fact of like, you're my kid, type of shit. You know what I mean? Like their own way of phrasing it so that she knows, like, look, I know that you're not like literally my daughter, but like you are mine. You're the
mm-hmm.
only person I have left that I truly love like this. So um
Yeah. I thought
it's just great.
honestly, I thought that to your point about like people have to process like what's going on. I
Mhm.
thought the kid Derek, uh, pretty he summed it up pretty and twice he summed it up really good actually because he was like after he told everybody to suck a fat one, he was like
Dipshit Derek.
he was like yeah, he's like, I've seen the light. He's like, I've seen the light. Oh no, what did he tell the military people when they were about to take him back after they found out they were like putting kids into the tunnel and shit? He was like, he's like, with all due respect, I've seen what's coming. You guys can't protect shit. It's like, yeah, no, this kid's right. You guys
Yeah,
cannot protect shit. Your little guns ain't doing nothing. Like
you know what I'm
your
saying?
little
He's
shotgun ain't doing
actually quite right. Y'all little niggas ain't really doing shit with your little pea shooters. You're not protecting anybody.
nothing. Yeah.
No one feels safe. So no,
Shout out to Stranger Things, man.
yeah, Stranger Things, you
I'm
got us
over it.
again. And in a couple of weeks, it's all gonna come to a head, and it's gonna be over, and we're gonna be sad all over again, man. But we're happy to
Apparently
have
these
survived it.
apparently these last 4 episodes are really long. So
Yeah, it's like four
yeah.
movies. They said that
Just
they filmed it like they filmed the season like it was 8 movies, but the last four are all at least 90 minutes, if not 2 hours. So like full feature length movies, and we get four of them. I'm like, I'm here for it. In
yeah.
the same way that they could have announced a 7 hour runtime for Avengers Endgame, and I would have bought a
And I'd
ticket.
be in the theater like,
I
all
would
right,
be in
yeah.
there IMAX. I was like, well, okay, but is it in IMAX? Because I need to see it on the biggest screen possible. Because they're like, why are you telling me shit that doesn't matter? Like, I don't care
Yeah.
how long this movie is. I'm going.
It's like I
Yeah.
guess I'm using a sick day today then.
Oh God. Well, I guess I have to bring an adult diaper because you can't just pause the movie when I leave. So, um, I can't drink and
Yeah.
eat anything all day before I come and sit down and watch this
Oh no,
movie.
I'm
But
gonna
like
still
that's
do all that.
yeah, I mean that's because we go to the movies very different because I don't do any of that shit. When I get there, like I'm not, and it's not because the stuff is super expensive, which is probably what should be the answer, but it's really just because it's
No,
like,
I just
yo,
go to Dollar Tree. It's
I don't
always
trust
across the
myself to
street.
have a big gulp or whatever it is, and then not have to use the bathroom in the middle of a movie. And when I'm at home, I could just pause it. I pause movies all the time because like I might be scrolling on my feed and like something interesting happens. I'm like, let me pause this because I know something's gonna
Nah,
happen. I
see,
really need to pay attention to.
you sound like my wife, who
Yeah.
it's crazy because like she went to film school, and I'm like, damn, did they teach you to pause movies in film school, nigga? Like, it's like, pay attention, stop asking me questions. You would know what's going on if you watched the fucking movie.
I am 100% confident that exact line has been uttered by you. Like
I mean,
fully
give or take a
confident.
word or here, we hear there. Give or take a word here or
You
there.
know what I'm saying? She just like cut her eyes at you like, I know this nigga
Yeah.
does. I mean, I'm gonna give you a
Yeah.
pass on that because it was kind of funny, but like, don't ever do that shit again.
Basically, that's
Yeah,
you summed it up.
yeah.
Yeah, we got
There
it.
it is. But no, I always consuming like 4 or 5 different things at a time because I work so much. So when I get a chance to watch this shit, it's like when I'm working, I don't get a chance to like scroll my Instagram feed. I don't get a chance to
Yeah.
like look at the bets that I probably lost or whatever throughout the day. I don't get a real chance to like update myself on the goings on of my life through my cell phone. So while I'm watching like Stranger Things, like when I go into the room tonight before I go to bed, I'll probably sit and watch like an episode or something. I don't even have anything to watch. It's just I've been working all day. So I refuse
And
to
then
give
you're
my
blind.
entire day to work. I have to watch
Yeah.
something so it feels like I did something else with my day, even though it's technically tomorrow. So I have to,
Mm.
yeah, I have to put something on, and while I'm watching that something, I'm gonna be scrolling through my phone and going through my Instagram feed and catching up on like the infinity different memes and gifs and clips that people have sent me throughout the day, and stuff. But that's that's just the hard knock life that I live.
Yeah. Somebody's got to get all that content in.
Somebody has to do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's get to dad rules to close everything up here, man. You got anything for the crew?
Man, it's been what, a month? I think
Mm-hmm.
last time we recorded was Halloween, weekend of Halloween. So
Yeah, around that.
I've grown significantly over that
Look at
time.
you.
I'm kidding,
Proud of
I have
you.
not.
No, well, it was
My
worth it
son
though.
has though. My son certainly has.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that this is a new one. I probably have said this before, but man, I really gotta I really gotta watch like the language. Like it's getting crazy. His ability
All
to speak now
the
is so
recall.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like he hasn't said anything that I've said like that is foul. But the other day I was crossing the street taking him to daycare, and like this dude just was like seemed like he just wasn't gonna stop like in the middle of the street to let us cross.
Yeah.
So of course I'm staring at him like yo, you see me with a freaking child in my hand, and then he's cussing at me out his window. So now I'm cussing at him,
Right.
and I'm like, nah, fuck you, bitch, like fuck, it's the whole that. And my I got the kid in my hand, so it's like nah, I look crazy. But I mean, dude, stop your car. Like first of all, you're supposed to stop at this crosswalk. Like it's
Yeah. Also,
state law in
stop.
New Jersey.
Definitely stop your car. Like, what are we doing here? You don't look that crazy. Fuck that guy.
It's state law. Like people just be flying through the and it drives me crazy. This is actually where I'll go. Like as a I feel like as a parent, you like all the rules now because you be like, yo, hey, whoa, 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 playboy, slow down there, buddy. Okay, there's a stop sign there, my
Watch
man.
it, Chief.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like
whoa.
you be like, yo, people
Kimosabi.
like you legitimately want to like call the county and be like, hey, I think we need to do something about the corner of Benson and Durson, okay, because they're really wilding over there.
I'm saying these niggas is acting
Am I wrong
crazy.
though? Yeah, like
Nah, I mean,
yo, I'm
like
like yo,
that's the reality of living this washed that life. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that you really do start to pay attention to shit that like you used to make fun of niggas for paying attention to, like
yeah.
knowing the
I will
speed
call
limits
the
in the school
authorities.
zone. They'd be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's a school zone, but the school zone's like 20 feet. Let me just speed through this joint real quick. I'm like, yo, it's a school zone. Why
Yeah,
are you going 55 miles an hour? Like, relax.
yeah,
You'll get to
yeah.
where you're going. Just like chill out or
Yo,
take a
it's like yo,
different.
chill. I'm only doing 35 and a 15.
Right, exactly.
I
Little
slowed
shit
down for
start
the
to piss you
school
off.
zone. It's like, yeah, yeah.
It's
Now people be
nuts.
wilding though. Like, I can't. I was honestly, genuinely like, I hope you pull over so when I drop him
Mhm.
off, I could come back out here. Like I was dropping him off thinking like, I want that dude to be out there still so I could beat this nigga's ass because I was
Yeah,
ready.
I mean, it would be nice.
And I
It's
had to go to work later, and I was like, I'll be late to work just so I can whoop your ass, dude. Because
like it's
you
funny because
really
like
don't know who you're talking to right now.
I be threatening to come out of retirement on niggas all the time. Cause like yo, it's funny because like in my docile life, it's like I'm a big teddy bear. Like, I'm not gonna fight nobody. But like yo, if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
bring me there, like I'll
Okay.
go. You know, I
Yeah.
try not to do that anymore. I've put the gloves down. Like yo, I'm not really like that anymore. But it's like there are times when my baser instincts like almost take over, and I have to like clench my fist under a desk or something like that. Like I really will. I'll make it weird in here. Please don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't do it again.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you're doing, you know, I'll like relay it in a look now. I'd be like, all right, like we really about to find out what you about because this is ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
getting crazy right now. But like my newest thing for me is so like when we do drop off at the school, it's like a little portico. I don't know what you used to call it, but like at my middle school, when I was growing up, we called it a portico. It was like there was like a little area when you're driving through for drop off that's like underneath you know
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, yeah, there's like a little overhang
Yeah.
or whatever you can kind
Like a
of drive through.
driver
Yeah,
port. Yeah, yeah.
exactly, so you can kind of like just drive through a pass or whatever, right? So it's kind of like it's almost like gas station etiquette, right? You pull up to the gas thing and your
You
tank is
move
on the
all the
left
way up.
side and there's a
Yeah.
fucking another pump in front of you, but you stop at the first pump like a dickhead. So like
Son.
the
Son.
parent, man, you know what I mean? Like little shit piss you off, right? So it's
Yeah.
like I'll be dropping my daughter off. It's like it's just me and this fucking white Lincoln, and it's like I just know you're about to pull up a little bit extra so we can both be under this portico because it's raining outside, and I would very much like my daughter to not have cold, wet, you know, a cold, wet jacket.
Clothes. Yeah.
All because you couldn't pull up an extra 3 feet. You know, it'd be nice to be able to both get out and have the cover of thing. But no, there is no etiquette. Not only did they not pull all the way under, they stopped before even they got under the portico. So now neither of us is under it. And I'm now walking through, and now I have to do the drop off and scan the QR code and sign her in and all that stuff, do the whole COVID screening thing, and then um, pretend to not want to strangle this parent as I'm, you know, signing my daughter in and, you know, having her do her affirmations and shit at the front door. I'm, you know, trying not to pretend that like, yeah, I really will set it off in this bitch behind this
Yeah.
motherfucking portico, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny that you mentioned little shit pissing you off because I'm the king of little shit pissing me off. Like that is,
Oh yeah.
I'm a pet peeve ass nigga. Like that's, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dog. It's like that scene in 40-year-old version with Kevin Hart and old boy. And he's like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yo, you done found yourself a nigga now. Nigga here now.
See, he thought he could come up and demonstrate. But
no,
now
he
he
made
see
the rules.
that Jay run the rules, and now he about to bounce.
I run this bitch.
I run this bitch. He's like,
said,
"This your boy?
We both
We rep the
same
same smart
tech.
tech." You just got fucked up with him.
Both of y'all niggas got fucked up. Yo, that's honestly
you heard of the rolling 20s since I was 16, nigga. We fuck dwarves in the ass.
Fuck dwarves in the ass. Oh, man. Yo,
it's so
honestly,
good, bro.
Niggas nailed it. They nailed it. That's how
it was. It was like really was like a perfect.
Let's just
like
move
that.
on. Let's just move on amicably, right? Like,
yeah.
Why can't we just move on amicably?
Help me with the sale. It's like you're using all these big words,
and
they starting to confuse me. You know, so watch your mouth and help me with the sale. Yeah, I mean, Kev has come such a long way from like that one, like little 30 seconds of fame. Like it was literally he just stole the scene, and then now he's been a big part of our lives for the next 2 decades. It's kind of crazy.
He got another Netflix special, I think.
He did. I mean, it was cool.
Somewhere.
It was yeah. I mean, it was relatively good. It's the craziest thing about some comedians, which is really what made for me Eddie Murphy one of the goats, is like it's so hard to continue to be funny. Like Dave Chappelle has continued to be funny because his comedy was never about being broke. It was never about this and that. It was just he literally could satirize life in that moment. And I think a lot of Kevin Hart's early comedy, his early stand up, especially, was his kids were babies and, going through things as a father of two and then
Mm-hmm.
going through divorce and being short and all that stuff. Like, well, now you're a multimillionaire mogul. Being short really isn't that funny for that. Like, it's cool for like one special, maybe two, but it's like, all right, we get it. You're short, but like pick something else because there's a lot of short male comedians out here. So it's not even really a niche anymore, especially these days. And then it's just not. You got the girl, you got the money. There's nothing else really that funny about your life. So um, it was decent. He did have some funny moments, but it's never gonna reach the height that it was like back when he was doing like Shaq All Star comedy specials and shit.
Yeah, which I mean, he's
Yeah,
still getting paid. So I know he don't care.
100%. Oh yeah, he don't give a
But
fuck. Yeah, he signed that Netflix deal.
yeah,
Blank check.
like
Yeah,
literally.
shit, yeah, on God. I
Um,
mean, I'm still partial to Bill Burr. That's still like for my money. I'm a Bill Burr guy personally. Shout out to New England. That is a funny
he's
motherfucker.
hilarious.
That is a funny
Yeah,
motherfucker right
love him,
there. Yeah,
love him.
very good.
All right, what's your dad rule?
Yeah. So my dad rule is just give up on potty training. It's never gonna happen. So you
Damn,
might as
rough week, huh?
well. Week. I wish it was a rough week. This has been
Damn.
like, man, let me tell you, like it is hard because I work all the time. Jasmine works two different jobs, and then on top of that, she's in school. So it's like we're always working, and ships passing in the night most nights. Um, felt a little guilty today about recording, kind of because I was gone all day. So she stayed up for me. She usually likes to stay up to wait till I get home and everything. But then I was like, yep, straight to the podcast booth. But that's my little honey. So I'll get up with her earlier in the morning tomorrow, and and we'll make breakfast or something. But like we don't really have a whole lot of time together in the home to like tag team the potty training situation because like I don't have a regular 9 to 5 where I have from 5 o'clock on Friday until like 8 o'clock Monday morning. I don't have anything to do. It's like no, I'm constantly working, sometimes 2, 3 different jobs a day. So I have to be on the move. Like today, I left the house at 8:15. I just got back. Like you saw the text message, I literally pulled up at like 11:01 in my driveway. So
Mm,
I was gone for 15 hours today, just working. So
yeah,
um, it's just hard to get that consistency, and that's what kids need, especially my kid. But it was just like she was so quick to everything. Like that's the problem. She was so quick to walk. It was
they
like
trick
one
you.
minute she's standing, then she's walking. She was so quick to talking. She's incredibly smart. I know everybody says that about their kid, but fuck y'all, my kid's actually smart. Um, and it's just fucking infuriating because it's not even she's not even trying, Malik. Like she will sit there like she's not using the bathroom. Like we have like the big girl panties or whatever that we'll put on her that are still
Mm-hmm.
kind of like
Pull
padded,
ups.
but it's not no, not pull up. It's like literally pant like
These are okay.
underwear,
Gotcha,
but they're like
gotcha,
padded though. So it's like
gotcha.
it can catch a little bit of a mess if you kind of slightly miss it or whatever it is, but like it's not meant to just sit and soil yourself,
Wear it.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So she will like sit there watching Baby Shark or whatever it is, like in her little chair, and then just go like she's wearing a pull up, and not even flinch, like not even oh no I'm wet, none of that stuff. She just kind of like sit there, and then you'll just notice you'll see something like dripping down her leg, and you go, "What do you? Did you just pee?" Like, "Oh yeah, I went potty." Like, what? You can
Not
I
on the
know you can.
carpet.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah,
you put these big girl put the big girl underwear on them, and like I'm laying on the couch. Like, no, you can't lay on the couch with me because you're not about to pee on our couch. Like that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna sit here and then all of a sudden you just accidentally pee on me or the couch. Those are my two options if I let you sit on here. So like, nah, we got to figure this shit out. Um,
that's
but it's
crazy. By the
it's
way, I
crazy. Yeah,
believe
it's incredibly discouraging. Honestly, hopefully you will have a much easier time with Coleman, but so far this has been my hell.
supposedly girls are supposed to be easier because all you gotta teach them to do is sit down.
Lie.
But I don't know.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
Listen.
Scandal
I
will
have
figure
no
out.
idea. We haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah.
But it's been on my mind. It's
Oh, I
definitely been on
mean,
my mind.
well, I talked to Maurice
There's
about
gonna be
it.
a lot of piss
Our boy
everywhere.
Maurice, and he
Let's
said
just say that.
he got both of his kids. Maurice potty trained both of his kids, and he got shout out to AO Reese and the FMFU podcast. By the way, he
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
he is the one that potty trained both of his kids. I went and talked to him. I linked up with him on his birthday. We was talking about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I potty trained both of my kids, and it took me like a weekend, like 3-4 days. We got it
All
down,
right, that seemed
and
like a
that's
tall
it."
tale.
No, the wife confirmed it. The wife
A
confirmed it.
weekend?
She was like,
They
"Yeah, it was
they
like three,
figured
four
it out
days."
in one weekend.
Most of the people that potty train, they were like, "Yo, once you really like locked in on it." For a lot of the people that I've talked to, it was like, yeah, like 3-4 days consistently. And then like, after that, like you're still gonna be like wiping their butt when they poop, and they're still gonna have accidents here or there. But
Yeah. Okay.
most
Yeah.
kids are like, yeah, I have to go potty, and they'll go. Like, just my daughter doesn't have that in her. She can't like either she can't feel herself having to
She
go, or
said,
she
"Hey."
just doesn't care. She just sit there
She's
like,
like, "Yo,
I'm
it's
gonna go.
happening."
Yeah, she's like, oh shit,
It's
I guess I'm
happening.
peeing now, guys. So
Yeah.
someone's gonna have to do something about this. And it's like,
Hey,
he
hey,
said he used
tall
to
one.
punish his kids with like making them clean it up if they accidentally made a mess or whatever. But like Arya loves
Damn.
clean it. Like she will like mess with her yogurt and like spread it around on her counter, or like she got like one of those little chairs that has like a
Damn.
little desk on it that she sits and eats at. I'm like, nah, wipe this
Yeah.
up, and I'll give her the rag to wipe it up. She loves it. She delights in it. She's like, oh, I get to wipe it. Wait, and then we're like, all right, throw it away. Like, no, I missed the spot, and she's like, wiping everywhere on the desk. So it's like, there's not even a punishment for her. She wants to clean it up.
That's great.
I just, yeah, I don't know what else to do. Like, I'm at a loss. So
You'll get there.
hopefully,
I haven't
yeah,
done it, but you'll get there.
yeah, I'm sure. I'm
It's fine.
sure. At this point, I think Coleman will be potty trained before Arya. I'm not even joking. I really think that's going to be the case.
Like, it's a part of me that's like, man, don't rush it, because like I hear everybody else talking about it, and I'm like, damn, I guess it's not as easy as I think it is in my head. But boy, am I tired of changing diapers. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so tired of changing diapers. He don't like it. I don't like it. I'm just like, dude. Like, but yeah, I'm also like not super thrilled about piss being all over the house, and just
Yeah.
like,
It's not
why is the
fun.
carpet wet, or like, why is it just wet spots in the bathroom? But I guess that come with it. So
It does. It does. I mean, it's a learning curve for
yeah.
everybody. It's just Arya's is steeper than most kids. So, um, this has been the kryptonite. It has been my hell. But I have faith. It's waning, but I do still have faith that we'll find a way to get it done. Um, but right now it is hard to see the forest through the trees, because this is like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is brutal. So I hope it's a lot easier for you. I hope you're leaning more towards the 3-4 day span than the 3-4 month span. But yeah, the hope is to make it to
I got
my
about
birthday and have her potty trained by then.
I got about 3 weeks at me.
Yeah,
I could
I
do
don't
three
think it'll
weeks.
take you that long. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it'll be fine. It literally, if all she did was pee on the potty with consistency, great. If you were still working on number two, like I'd be fine with it. That's something we could work with. But she just like it just I really don't know. There's like a block in her brain chemistry somewhere where she's just like, nah, I'm good. Someone will clean it.
Yeah.
Eventually, they'll get tired of it and they'll put me back in a pull up. But I guess we can do this whole song and dance like I'm gonna actually tell you to go potty. And then she'll actually sit on the potty,
Damn.
be like, I go pee pee on the potty. Be like, no, you didn't. You actually went pee in your big girl underwear, and now you're sitting on the potty because we're afraid of what might happen next. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
No.
said no, you did not. As a matter of fact, let me
Yeah, no,
correct you.
it's actually not at all what
You fucking
happened.
didn't.
Like, let me run it back for you, because apparently you weren't here for the last 25 minutes, but that's not what you did. You don't get to pee and then sit on the potty and then combine the two and act like you did
You
it
don't get
there.
yeah.
Like,
You
it's
don't
not
get
how that works.
participation trophies.
You know what I'm saying? Moral victories is from minor league coaches. Word to Jay-Z.
Oh
So
man,
we're not even.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, good
Yeah.
luck on
My
that.
life is a joke.
Yeah, it'll turn. It'll turn soon.
I hope so. I hope so, because right now my photos are brown, but they're gonna be yellow pretty soon. It's just the way that it's just the way that goes. But we'll see. We'll see. I got some off days coming up, and I'm dedicating every single off day I have to just being like, yo, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna come with it. I just haven't found what it is that's gonna get it to click in your head yet, but at some point you're gonna get there. Like my nephew is 3 months younger than she is, and he's already like right there with it. Before bath time, I go potty, sit in the potty, pee on the potty, boom, every time. She's just but he's in in his home. He's got an older brother, and then he's got my other nephew who's like 13 or 12, about to be 13. So like it kind of helps to have other kids your age. Like for her, she just got her parents, so we've been potty trained for a long time now. So we we can
catch up.
Not the same, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, hey, mommy and daddy do it. It's like I will sit down to pee if it helps you do it.
Waiting on you.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like please, I'm like begging you here. But yeah, it is what it is.
I got faith in both of y'all. It's gonna happen.
Listen, somebody
sooner rather than later.
Yeah, somebody has to have the faith because I don't. But yeah, man, it's been great getting back on with you, man. It's been too long, So we'll try and keep it as consistent as we can. But yo, listen, I'm not gonna make any problems. This life be life, and sometimes I just know we're not going anywhere. Sometimes it'll be every week. Sometimes, it might be a couple of weeks in between. We live in real life. We don't get paid to do this. We do it for fun. And we just appreciate everybody for continuing to come back and listen and watch us. And comment and like and subscribe and all of those things. Please
comment, like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube. We're gonna be back on the Instagram soon. You know what I'm saying? I took a little hiatus, but I'm gonna pop back on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tell us who your least favorite character was on Stranger Things. You know what I mean? Like I want to know. I want to know that I'm not alone in my hatred for Will, at least prior to this season.
I'm sure you're not alone. Maybe the hatred part is a little strong, but you're definitely not alone in that.
It's not strong enough in most cases.
Kind of being a little bit of a whiny bitch.
A lot of it. A lot of it.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
The level of bitch in the system was like a little bit too high, but yeah, man. Again, like, comment, subscribe, drive up the engagement, man. We want to hear from you guys. We want suggestions. We want to know that y'all listening and what you want to listen to and all of that stuff. But we really, really appreciate everybody that rocks with us, man. It's been another fantastic, lovely live episode of the No Rules Podcast. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.